By the way, still loving the Haltech. Check out this warm start. And that is on some E85 and E98 that has been in there since last fall. So there's not a lot of direct comparisons about the Sparco Road Chrono, which has recently been discontinued, versus the R100, which is their replacement for it, basically. It's a reclining, nice and comfortable steel-based seat. They're about 30 pounds, and they're available all black, or they're available with a blue stripe, or they're available with a red stripe, and I believe there's also gray, and there's also a vinyl configuration. They're a little bit narrower than this Road Chrono. This Road Chrono was the larger size. I'd originally thought that would be better, but it's a little bit big for the chassis, particularly with the roll bar situation we have going on here. This was really close, and we had to make this actually clear the seat. And then the top section's really close too. So I wanted to go a little bit smaller. I had plenty of room in the shoulders on these Road Chronos. So I'm kind of hoping the R100 is still great, and we're about ready to find out. But you can see here, it's a little bit narrow at the top, and it's about 2 inches narrower kind of in the shoulder area, and they're about the same height. The bolsters on the R100 are a little bit shallower, so you're going to have a little bit easier time getting in and out. And the sides also, so I think climbing in and out of the car will be a little bit easier too. And I don't do a lot of road racing, so it really... and we're not fast enough to really need a containment seat, so these are a great choice for a street car. I really like the Road Chronos too, and so it's a shame to have to sell those, but I really want to get a little bit narrower so we got a little more room around the cage. I really couldn't be happier with the way this came out. The seat fits a lot better around our cage. That's kind of close to my seating position, and the Sparco sliders are super nice. I gotta screw this the rest of the way down, but I think that's going to work a lot better. If you did not have a cage, I think the Road Chrono is awesome, but when you start getting a cage in here, the space is just such a premium that I think this is going to work. The other cool thing is, our belts are blue, and you know, not exactly the same tone there if you're an interior designer, but we basically got a lot of the same color here for these belts. And I think it's just pretty cool. So our belts are good till the end of the year, so we'll be running them this fall, and I'm just really happy with the way this came out. Super nice when you can have sliders on a car. I mean, if you do like really competitive racing, you want a fixed mount seat, bolted to your roll cage, all that stuff. But for the drag and drive events we do, this is really nice. It gives us some, you know, if somebody wants to drive that's got different body shape and things like that, I got kind of short legs, then that is easy to do instead of, you know, they're uncomfortable all the time or they got to have a pillow or something like that. So again, R100 seemed good, just as comfortable, plenty of room in there for me. I'm only 5'8", but I am like 225 pounds, so I can be a little wide in places, and that's just plenty big for me. I think that's going to be great. Love our extra clearance here. Everything's great, almost like we, you know, designed it this way. So really happy. It'll take a little while to get the other one in, but we'll have a nice set of Road Chronos here that we'll clean up and get posted for sale. Just real low use, and those will be great for somebody else. Just love the way this thing sounds. We actually have the 3SX 3.5-inch catback, but we replaced the rear muffler with a MagnaFlow, and we added a vibrant resonator in the middle, and also an exhaust tip that I need to polish a little bit. And it's just perfect, just loud enough for me, but cruising down the road, it sounds awesome. I'm gonna let it warm up. Anytime you got a car that runs on type of alcohol, they can attract water and things like that, so you're a good idea to start them once a week or so and let it get up to temperature for a few minutes, just to boil off any of that moisture. Otherwise you can rust up your camshafts and your cylinder bores and everything like that. But it fired right off today, sounding great since we did the valve job. Really the only question mark is how the trans is going to perform. It's shifting fine under low loads and everything, but we need to put some miles on that this summertime, make sure that's all good. Would like to get some like drive along footage and things like that, and kind of give you guys a little bit more of an idea how this works, but it really drives nice. With these larger, to a larger 275 40 R18 drag radial here, Nido drag radial, and I actually really like the way this fills out the wheel wells. This car is really not that low, but the wheel really looks good in there. And also, it actually rides a lot better on the inch taller tires than it did before. The R8Rs, great tire, they're a little bit stiff. These drag radials just rides on the HKS suspension we have on here that we offer for the 3000 GT and Stealth. This thing basically rides like a normal car. It's like really nice, really nice. I think it might ride better than some of the ones I've had that were on stock type suspension. So really, really nice. We got a lot of work to do. Took this thing home so we can straighten out some of this. We want to get our cardboards clearance to fit back here again. And we're going to try to put our, I think this is windshield washer fluid. We're going to try to put our surge tank back here with the radium surge tank, and then build like a little box kind of around it so that that's all firewalled for NHRA and things like that. But looking forward to it. I took it home. Is at the shop, you know, always working on other people's stuff, and everybody's always working on other people's stuff, and ring calls and emails and things. And so I just want, when I got 10 or 15 minutes, we can work on it here. This is kind of where stuff all started, in this small, tiny 2-car garage. And you know, our shop now is not huge, but it's a far sight from this. And so it's kind of nice to come back. I do got to get some tools. The poor state of my tools here. Old Craftsman box here. Barely got anything. Got a lot of screwdrivers, I guess. But I mean, there's some more gears I didn't post this morning that are wore out. I think that's some new stuff. I got some new transmission parts in here. We still got a lot of transmission parts and cores at my house that we need to get over to the shop one of these days. So, I mean, this just is hardly the half of it. I got some in my basement, just everywhere.
Revenge Performance is the place to get the parts and the advice to help right the wrongs on your vehicle. We partner with the industry leaders in parts distribution and warehousing to get you the best possible prices, the widest selection of parts, and the fastest shipping. With our real-time inventory on our website, if we say we have it in stock, it's ready to ship. From us or from our many national distribution partners. With hundreds of thousands of parts available, I guarantee we can get revenge on your ride.